How you doing?
We are very happy to see you.
Appreciate it. Likewise.
Well, I'm just going to ask.
All right.
How are you doing physically? How's your body?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Obviously, we all know what happened this season, going down with the hip injury, but got cleared about 4 to 5 weeks ago by Dr. Philippon in Vail, Colorado. So I've been down in Fort Lauderdale training, getting ready for I'm going to have a private showcase. The date is still to be determined, but I'm going to have a private showcase to allow the teams to come out and see what I already know about myself, but allow them to see it for them.
Where are you in terms of your weight and things like that?
Yeah, so I'm fluctuating right now. I'm around like 190, 192. Good weight. I played at 188 before I got injured, so I'm happy where I'm at with that.
We just saw the power of pattern matching in the recent Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know pattern matching.
Yeah.
You live pattern matching. What advantage does that give you over someone that's only maybe spot dropped or played man?
I don't know. There's pros and cons with all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it really comes down to the scheme that you're in, and that's how it comes down to you got to execute that. Yeah.
Benjamin, forgive me, what was the doctor's name?
Dr. Philippon, Mark Philippon in Vail, Colorado. One of the best. He is the best, and that's why I went there, because I knew the future that I wanted for myself. So I wanted to go to the best.
You said a private showcase. Does that mean you won't be working out at Pro Day?
No, sir. I could if I wanted to. I could have forced it a little bit, but just give myself a little more time, just to put my best art out there. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be valued off of what you do out there on the field. So I want to give myself maybe 2 extra weeks, 3 maybe, then go from there. Yeah, I think I'm just a versatile corner. I think I'm a productive corner. The NFL is about productivity and to get the ball. I think when you look at my stats, I was a very productive corner. I'm around the ball, and it's not coincidence I have those type of numbers. So I think that's the biggest thing I showed. And I think off the field, the biggest thing I showed is that you guys don't see that I pride myself on is the teammate I am. Being able to be around my guys in the locker room is a truly special feeling, and I love that. I love them. So, yeah.
What's one area of your game that you want to get better at the next level?
Yeah.
It's not there yet.
Yeah, I mean, definitely need to improve when I on my hands at the top of the route. I know I got good feet, but I need to start using them and activating them more. You can kind of get lazy and use your hands at the top of the route and grab a place you shouldn't grab. So I understand that I can be classified as a little handsy corner, but that's gonna in due time will be fixed.
In the Benjamin Morrison one-man combine, will you do everything?
Yes, sir. I mean, obviously there may be things I don't do, but the main things like that they want to see, I'm gonna do. So we haven't sat down and put all like the logistics together and figure out what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. But the things that they want to see, I'm gonna show them.
Have you met with the Buccaneers this week?
Yes, sir. I have.
Is that formal or informal?
It was formal.
And how'd that conversation go with Todd Bowles and some of the other coaches?
It was good. I mean, obviously, just the opportunity to be in front of a coaching staff such as them was special. You dream of these situations, and it was a cool little coincidence. I didn't know my dad actually played with him, so we talked about that in the meeting. So it was a good interview. I was excited for that one, understanding their needs and stuff. So I was really excited.
Have you met with the Raiders?
Yes, sir.
Was it a formal or informal?
Yes, it was formal.
What would it be like? What would it mean for you to go play for a coach like Pete Carroll with such a rich history of defensive backs?
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the Legion of Boom. Growing up, I idolized the guys like Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, things of that nature, all those type of players. So to know that he was one who taught them a lot of that stuff, and he was one that was leading the charge was pretty special. So it's kind of surreal growing up as a I wasn't a diehard Seattle Seahawks fan, but I mean, when they were making their runs, yeah, I was pulling for them. So sitting in front of that coach was special.
The meetings with teams so far.
Excuse me, my bad. Someone. Yes, sir. It was formal, yes. Whatever day we got here, yeah. Yeah, one of the days I've been here. All the days have been the same, really. No, I mean, they're all the same. I mean, getting to know you, watching film, just trying to get down to who you are as a man, really. That's how the Packers went. So that was a good one as well. I mean, they all went well. There's obviously things you could take away you wish you could say differently. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you get 20 minutes to put your best foot forward and hope they like you.
When a scout turns on your tape, what do you think jumps off the most? And conversely, do you think there's anything you weren't asked to do in college scheme-wise that you can still bring to the NFL?
Yeah, I think obviously, like I said about my ball productivity, I think that's one thing that jumps off the tape. I mean, 9 interceptions and 18-plus PBUs, depending on the website you look at, in 2.5 years, I think is a pretty good stat line, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what's, like, I hope that jumps off the film when they turn me on, and things of that.
Were you still
Of course. Nah, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, like, Notre Dame gave me so much that I'm in forever debt to that university just because of the people I've been around, the people who they surrounded me with. So, I mean, I'm going to be at their pro day supporting my guys. At the end of the day, I mean, it's a team sport, and I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for those type of guys and for the coaching staff up there. So I'm going to be there as many days I need to be there, even if that means I got to push my pro day back a little later, because I wouldn't want anything more than to cheer on my teammates. My bad. No, sir, I didn't. No, sir. I did. Yes, formally, yes, sir. It was cool. I mean, I was anticipating some black Air Forces, but he didn't have those on. But I mean, that was a dream come true. My mom's from Pittsburgh, so growing up, looking at them, always a dream to meet him one day. So that was a surreal moment. But also, you got to understand it's a job interview, so I couldn't be fanboyed or anything. I understand I got to show them who I am, and also get to know who they are.
What have you learned about yourself just through the Heisman? You got a team success, the injuries, watch the team go to national championships. Like, how do you kind of square it all and do it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is the most challenging year of my life. If I was being quite honest. I mean, I've had, like you said, the highs, and then you're faced with these trials, and you're really have to look yourself in the mirror and figure out who you are as a man. So I mean, I think this all will be a blessing in disguise with this injury and with where I'm at in life right now. So I think for me, it's just like, all right, like, look, like, you've been dealt this hand this year. How are you going to respond? And I can't allow it to defeat me. I got to come out on top, and it just grew the love of the game for myself, actually, just because being on the sideline, it's a little different. And I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't envious of my teammates out there playing the national championship. I mean, as a competitor, that's what you want to do. That's why you work in the off season so hard. So I wanted to be out there, but in the day I had to support them, and that's what really allowed me to understand how much I love this game, because I was willing to sit on the sideline and cheer my guys on and help them on, because Coach Freeman always preached about team glory, and I believe in that.
You're showing your ability to get your hands on the ball and solid coverage,
Mm-hmm.
but being a cornerback is also about run defense,
Mm-hmm.
being there in that. How do you feel about your run defense playing to the NFL, and in your eyes, what makes a corner a great run defender as well as a great cover?
Yeah, good question. I would say my run defense is good. Obviously, area I need to improve on. I think we all know that. But I don't think it's a physical issue. I think I go in there and make a collision, but after you really evaluate your film, I looked at it and I figured out like it wasn't a physical issue. It was more so just proper technique, driving my feet when I get to contact, understanding that off of the team I'm at or any team I'm at, that there's going to be defenses I got to be in the run support. In the NFL, every single down matters. I mean, that's, if you look at that could be the outcome of the game, that one play. So understanding that, it's a job. You're getting paid to do well, to tackle, to get the ball, get interceptions, all that. So understanding that's just my job, and I'm going to do what I have to do to get them down.
What role does film play in your run support?
Huge. I mean, we always say preparation is my separation. So I think for me, any film studies can help me separate from my opponents. So I mean, that's about it.
You play in a very multiple defense. Of all the defensive calls that come in, which one's your particular favorite?
Man.
In August, you kind of called Leonard Moore being, kind of the player you turned out to be. What did you kind of see early on in him, and how did you kind of help him after you got him?
Yeah, he just reminded me a lot of myself. I mean, he came in with his head on straight, head down, wasn't trying to be someone he wasn't. He will be up here in 2 years. He will be, I'm going to say this, he'll probably be the best cornerback in that draft class. And, I mean, that's just his preparation speaks for himself. I mean, for him to come do what he did this year was truly remarkable, and I'm so proud of that kid, being able to be his roommate, and just being a small little part of all the success he had, truly brought me a lot of joy.
How did you help him grow, kind of taking on maybe a mentor role?
Yeah, being selfless. I think that's the biggest thing. I learned to be selfless. I mean, it's not going to help anybody if I'm just sitting on the sideline, not helping the guys to best benefit the team's success. So understanding that, I mean, I gave him everything he needed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had a question, I'm going to answer it, but I'm not going to overstep. He was already well-trained before he got to Notre Dame. It wasn't anything that I did or Coach Mickens did right away. I mean, he had the foundation, he had the willingness to learn and take it to the next level.
If a teammate found themselves in a similar situation with the injury as you and asked for advice, what advice would you give them?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just be patient with yourself. Understand, like, it's gonna be hard. I think I'd be lying if I told you every single day was perfect. I was in denial some days, mad, frustrated, like, why this happened to me. But I mean, that's just the coping mechanism I believe that you got to go through as a man, as a player who got hurt. And I think that's the biggest thing, is being patient with yourself and understand that it is going to get better. I always say, like, this too shall pass. In a year, this probably would be one of my greatest blessings, and I can't wait to look back on it.
You got to do battle against Marvin Harrison Jr. a couple years ago. Just what do you remember from that moment, and what did that game maybe teach you about, like, where your game is going up?
Yeah, no, that was a very high caliber player. I mean, we all know what he did in college and what he did in the NFL. He's going to be an amazing receiver for years to come. But I also understood that was going to be an opportunity to really put my name on the map. Had a remarkable freshman year, but why not go stamp it on a national stage like that, and kind of let the world know what I already know. And that's why I went in with that game. I think a lot of guys can get into the mindset of getting caught up in who you play. But at the end of the day, like, my mindset is this: you got to go against me, really. So it doesn't really matter who you are. But at the end of the day, I mean, Marvin Harrison is 10 times probably one of the best receivers I've gone against and probably will go against for many years to come. So it's going to be fun.
Have you spoken to the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes, sir. It was formal. It was good. I mean, just like all the other ones, getting to know you, getting to know the coaching staff. I mean, it's only 20 minutes, so not much information you get out that fast. We got to watch film and also having personal questions. But, I mean, it was a good time. I think all those meetings are special because it shows that the team's interested in you, and then just trying to build that relationship.
Having this last year, do you feel that it's, you have to kind of sell yourself a little bit more to some of these teams because you don't have the tape from last season?
No, because I think my tape doesn't lie. I think you got to look what I've done. Like I said, all my productivity, the things I accomplished in 2.5 years, I think can take guys 4 to 5 years. So, I mean, I don't feel as if I got to sell myself. My main priority right now is to get fully healthy and then just show the scouts what they want to see. But no, I don't think I got to sell myself on my film or nothing like that. I mean, it's nothing, like I said, is set in stone. But obviously, I mean, we know the big things. They're going to want to see me run. And I know I can run. I'm not going to set a time that my exact 40, but I know I can run. That's the main thing that we all know that this is what this whole thing's about, is seeing the speed. So, I mean, we all know what the main question is, am I going to run the 40? And the answer is yes.
Ben, what's the process of going through this week like with the medicals and them asking you all kinds of questions about where you are going?
Yeah, I mean, I just came back from the hospital just now. I mean, as you can see, I'm the only DB here right now because I had the surgery, so mine's going to be a little more, like closely looked at, if I say. So, I mean, it's been tough. It's been challenging. You can second guess yourself a little bit. I mean, it's a roller coaster. I mean, I'm just in the van getting transported over here, and I'm in my head like, dang, this is tough. Like, I dreamed of coming to the combine, things of that nature, and I'm here. But now it's just like this is hard. Like, it's hard on the mind. I mean, I'm 20 years old, man. I mean, everything I want is in front of me, and then I just feel like every single time is there. I just have some type of setback, but I know that each setback is just going to pull me back farther to just catapult me forward. So I know that something great is on the horizon. Say it again.
Coming back for another year a la X,
Mm-hmm.
is that something you gave a lot of thought to and it's tough not to?
Yeah, obviously just because of the understanding with my injury, but it really came down to the magnitude of it and understanding of how severe it was. And once I found out the time frame, I was like, let's go get it. And once I found that out, I was like, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go show that I'm still the player who they see on film.
In terms of special teams and playing other positions, being moved around, what are you doing to prepare for special teams and for perhaps being asked to play, a few different spots in the back half?
Shoot, as long as I get on the field, I'm fine. So I don't really care where I'm at, if it's special teams, the inside, outside. As long as I can get on the field in the National Football League, I'll be okay, and just build my name from there.
And are you studying tape to sort of get your mind in, if they ask you to slide in or things like that to get ready for it?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what team you're going to go on, so it really comes down to scheme base, and a lot of it at the end of the day, football is football. So my defense will be the same as some. Obviously, there's going to be some new nuances and stuff, but at the end of the day, football is football. So I'll be able to adjust off of the team I go to.
If you're asked to be the communicator, the guy that gets people lined up in the back half, are the things you're doing to get ready to be the guy that gets guys lined up?
I mean, at the end of the day, football is football. Same game I've been playing since I was 9 years old. So if I got to be a communicator, I will be. So I'm excited for that new journey. All right. My philosophy run support, I mean, get them down, make the play. I mean, that's really it. That's the main thing. And so.
But is
that as important to you as breaking up a pass downfield?
Yeah, I mean, the game of football is about the football. So whoever has the ball, if it's the runner, if it's the catcher, I mean, you got to get him down. So I feel at the end of the day, like, it doesn't change. If that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. So whoever has the ball, I got to disrupt it, and that's what my goal is.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.